Methodical. High-achieving, disciplined people often find themselves stuck in an aggravating pattern. They commit to a goal only to fail in the exact same way over and over. It's a paradox. How can someone with decent self-discipline in every other area of life suddenly lose control of their own behavior? It feels like a sudden contamination. One moment your mind is clear, and the next, a single intrusive thought has clouded your judgment, pulling your focus away from your values. If you look closely at these moments, the thoughts often demand actions that contradict your own moral code. This internal friction, the fact that you're fighting a voice that claims to be you but acts like a stranger, suggests we aren't looking at your subconscious. We're looking at a strategic external influence that has learned to mimic your own internal monologue. To defeat this, we need to build a thought discernment profile. This is a diagnostic tool designed to unmask these deceptive attacks the moment they enter your mind. We are going to build this profile together. Right now, grab a physical notebook and a pen. This needs to be on paper because writing forces the thoughts out of the abstract. It strips the deceptive voice of its primary weapon, the ability to hide within the quiet of your own mind. The first step is isolating the specific phrases the voice uses to initiate an attack. Because it mimics your tone, it often slips past your mental defenses unnoticed. This process follows a downward cycle called the spin. It begins with chemical shifts at level 1, progresses to emotional pain at level 2, and surfaces as a thought at level 3. Here, a logical justification to break your values enters your consciousness. These thoughts almost always employ a familiar conversational tone, what we call the dude moment. It sounds like a friend giving bad advice, whispering things like, "Dude, you've worked hard enough today, you deserve this." In your notebook, write the header, Level 3, the dude moments. Below it, list 3 specific phrases that you regularly hear right before you give up on a goal. Your page should look like this, a concrete list of the verbal traps the voice sets for you. Once you see these phrases written down, they lose their power. You begin to recognize them as external lies rather than your own genuine desires. Now we have to look at what happens before the thought arrives. The deceptive voice waits for your brain to be in a specific, vulnerable state before it launches a level 3 attack. This is level 2, feelings. Negative emotional states cause chemical reactions that shift energy away from the frontal lobe, where your values are stored, and into the survival-focused midbrain. Most people have 2 or 3 Achilles heel feelings, specific states like stress, loneliness, or boredom that consistently compromise their ability to think clearly. Below your phrases, write Level 2, Achilles heel feelings. List the emotional triggers that most often precede your lost battles. Separating the feeling of vulnerability from the thought of failure prevents your brain from accepting the deceptive attack as a logical conclusion. To catch these attacks in real time, you need a diagnostic test to determine exactly which voice is speaking the moment a thought arrives. Draw a T-chart in your notebook. Label the left side true voice and the right side fake voice. Recall a time when you felt genuine peace and clarity. Bookmark the physical sensation of that state. That calm, steady feeling is the signature of your true voice. The fake voice has a different physical signature. It often triggers a spiking heart rate, shallow breathing, or a sensation that your mind is spinning out of control. On the right side of your chart, write down these physical attack symptoms as you personally experience them. By linking the deceptive voice to these trackable physiological changes, you turn a vague mental struggle into a measurable event that you can interrupt. Because these attacks are driven by chemical shifts that dull your logic, they cannot be defeated by willpower alone. You can't think your way out of a drugged state. To regain control, you must execute an explosive physical action that forces your body to change its chemistry. This is warrior chemistry. When you engage in high-intensity movement, your body floods the brain with adrenaline and competing signals that neutralize the spin chemicals and bring your logical frontal lobe back online. Write My Drill at the bottom of your page. Define one immediate action, like 20 jumping jacks or sprinting out of the room, that you will execute the second you detect a level 2 feeling or a level 3 phrase. A predetermined drill removes the need for decision-making during an attack. You aren't debating, you are deploying an automatic physical reset. Look at your fully completed thought discernment profile. You have now mapped the strategy used against you. You can see the triggers, the phrases, the physical sensations, and the exact countermove. Keep this physical profile on your desk or nightstand. It serves as a literal shield you can reference during moments of vulnerability. The most important realization here is that you are not the source of your self-sabotage. You are a capable individual who has been targeted by a specific strategy, one you now have the blueprint to dismantle. Self-mastery becomes a practical skill of recognizing external deception early and using your physical drill to break the momentum of the spin.